I was doing an exercise tonight that posed the question, when was the first time you realized you were white? For some people, this may have been as a child. For me, the first thing that came to mind was when I was in nursing school. It was my junior year, so I was in my practicum. So we were at the hospital for full 12-hour shifts. We had a preceptor that looked over us, but we had our own assignment of patients. One of my patients that I assigned was a Black woman. And this floor was a GI surgery post-op floor. So a lot of the patients were pretty immediately post-op from bariatric surgery, and they were on this step-down unit to finish recovering and go home. This woman had been very nauseous, ill, which is all fairly common immediately post-op from bariatric surgery. But the doctor, who was male white presenting, and the resident, who was a white woman, were making their rounds. We came in and checked on the patient. I was in the room, and my preceptor was also in the room. The patient proceeds to tell them that she's been feeling horrible. The doctor asked her if she had gotten up and walked yet, because that's really important post-op to get everything moving. And she said no, she hadn't, because she had felt so bad, but she wants to do all of the things to recover. The doctor proceeds to what I would consider yelling, but raising his voice at her, shaming her, telling her that if she doesn't get up and walk, the surgery won't be successful, and that it's very important. And I'm not sure if he called her lazy, but the words that he was using, I interpreted as him calling her lazy. She started crying because she was being made to feel horrible when she already felt horrible. And eventually he says he'll prescribe her nausea medicine and leaves the room. We left the room so that I could go get this nausea medicine the doctor prescribed and give it to the patient. And I came back in to give it to her, and she was still crying. And I said, I'm so sorry. He should not have talked to you that way. And she said, he'll just get away with it. She knew I was a student, and she looked at me with the tears in her eyes, and she said, you'll never know what it's like, but this is what we go through. And it really hit me that we both women who are consistently not believed by medical staff when we're having symptoms and pain, etc. Only one of us was in that room, suffering, completely vulnerable. 3 other white women in the room, knowing that no one will do anything. I filed my first report that day, but that's not a hero moment. The experience obviously stuck with me, and I left knowing that I needed to do more. And I'm not positive if this was the first time I realized that I was white, but it was quite possibly the first time I realized my privilege. I really want to ask my fellow white women, who are you? Are you the white female resident that just agrees with the doctor because you want him to still think highly of you? Are you the preceptor that has tenure and maybe should step up and say something in the moment, but doesn't? Are you the white presenting doctor that actively shames people for feeling their feelings and being in the place that they're in? Or are you the white student who is maybe ignorant to what's happening in the moment, but has the ability to listen and learn and recognize their privilege, and then do things different?